Hi, I'm Kelly from Wyoming Plant Company. I'm here today with Julia Ossa at her beautiful, beautiful home and landscape in the Paradise Valley area of Casper. And we're doing a little film session on our series to recognize some of the really beautiful gardens around the Casper area. Julia, thanks for having us today.
Thank you for being here.
Julia, just want to start off with just a little bit of history and some background about your home, about your landscape, about what inspired you.
Well, I bought this house 20 years ago, and there was just a nasty sloping water hog lawn, and I wanted some privacy and to grow native plants that were low maintenance, less water, and I was inspired by Casper Mountain. I wanted the berm area to look like a thicket. So I designed, engineered, and executed all of this.
Well, Julie, it's absolutely stunning, and I look forward to showing it off for you. Can you talk about some of the plants that are in your garden?
Yes, in the berm area behind us, there are, well, they're all zone 3 or 4 plants, and they are natives or xeric plants. The perennials bloom for a long time, they're colorful. And I've got 300 yards of soaker hose in there covered by 4 inches of wood chip mulch. And I only have to water once or twice, about twice a month.
That's really cool. That's very well done. It's gorgeous inside there. Let's pause and we'll start moving around and take a look at some of your plants.
Okay.
We've moved to a spot that you would call your favorite plant in your garden. What is that?
That is vanilla strawberry hydrangea. It's zone 3-4. It's a tough plant, and the blooms last a long time. They start out white or chartreuse white, white, pale pink, and then strawberry pink in the fall, and they dry beautifully. It is low maintenance, really tough.
And Julia, growing conditions, what would you recommend the best site and water amount to grow that vanilla strawberry hydrangea?
Just average water. I have clay soil, so that does retain water, and I have a soaker hose system under the mulch. I think it likes the mulch, wood chips, and but most important would be morning sun with a little afternoon shade, but full morning sun.
Yeah, would you say it would like at least 6 hours worth of sun?
Yes.
At least. But I like what you've done, and we would certainly endorse that from the company. Morning sun, absolutely best on the hydrangeas. Midday sun is pretty tough on them. Julie, any other favorite plants in your garden?
Yes, my phenomenal lavender. I cut so much of it. It's long, it's tough, and I make these beautiful lavender wands and sachets with them. So that's a lot of fun, and it's very relaxing working with lavender.
I'm gonna pan over real quick to your lavender plant, and it might be difficult to see in the shade there, but gorgeous, gorgeous plant. And the growing conditions for that, Julie, it seems right now to have a little bit of morning shade on it.
Well, it's kind of reaching for the light a little bit. It could use more light, but again, clay soil. But what I did was move the soaker hoses back from it so it doesn't get so much water, and it's on the edge of that bed, so it drains better. And I have already cut 2/3 of it for crafts.
Very nice.
And the bumblebees go on the lower part, and the smaller honeybees go on the taller lavenders.
And would you say it tolerates well the midday sun that probably gets in there?
Absolutely. It prefers probably more sun than it's getting, but shoot, can't ask for more flowers.
Doing quite well.
Yeah.
And you've got a lovely bunch here with the black-eyed Susans. Mm-hmm. And a number of other flowers that just decorate and ornate the front of your house. It's just so beautiful, Julia.
Thank you.
You know, every gardener has their challenges, and I wondered if you might just explain or reveal some of the challenges that you've encountered this year.
Well, this year the deer ravaged all my roses, my tomatoes, everything repeatedly, and I found out that my tried and true deer repellent, they have become habituated to it, And so you need to switch up your deer repellents. And I was able to find a solution at Wyoming Plant Company. They had a spray that smelled pretty good, and it worked.
Thanks so much for the endorsement. But you know, I mean, it is a problem around Casper. There's so many resident deer that live in town and become habituated to various yards. The problem just seems, you know, a little bit more intense this year. Would you agree?
Absolutely. They're eating things they have never eaten, like petunias and globe thistles, and, you know, I mean, stuff they would not normally eat. They are hungry, and I'm happy to share, but not to that extent.
Okay, Julie, thanks so much for allowing us time today to visit and look through and take photos of your just beautiful landscape and gardens. Before we wrap up, what I wondered is if there are any tips that you might offer gardeners around Casper, any helpful hints that you might share with them to enable their successes.
Yes. Have an overall plan. You don't have to implement it all at once. You'll wear yourself out like I did. But know your soil, know the path of the sun. Choose plants that are zone appropriate, which would be 3-4 here or lower. Set up an irrigation system or a way to water, and use mulch to cut down on water usage. I like about 4 inches of cedar mulch or wood chip mulch, and it keeps the weeds down too. It just makes everything lower maintenance. The combination of like soaker hoses or drip irrigation and the mulch, you don't have to water as much, you don't have to weed as much, and you can just enjoy your garden.
Those are excellent tips, Julia. Thanks so much. Thanks for allowing us time to be with you today. And just for the viewers, I hope you enjoy just some of the photos and video of these lovely, lovely plants she's got. Julia, thanks again.
It's been my pleasure, Kelly.